Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius moon, born in the year of the metal ram. All the possible Western sun and moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in fire sign. Basically motivated by inspirations and aspirations. Recharges energy through vigorous, physically demanding activity and by pursuing new visions for the future. Sun in Leo. Expresses self with warmly radiant vitality and constant need to be noticed. Creative energy is colored by a sense of drama and bigness. Motivated by a need to be recognized for one's generosity. Radiates confidence and encouragement to others. Can vitalize any enterprise. Pride is a dominant personality characteristic, heartfelt but childlike. Emotions are always at work. The moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in water signs. Reacts to changing experiences with sensitivity and emotion. Feels comfortable with self when feelings are deeply involved. Moon in Scorpio. Reacts intensely, passionately, with controlled emotional power. Self-image affected by complex, turbulent emotions. Confidence sometimes undermined by negative emotions or supported by passionate sense of purpose. Depth of feelings and secretiveness contribute to person's mystique and charisma. A need to deeply penetrate experiences leads to comprehension of underlying motives or to imagining all sorts of fearful motives in others. Fear of vulnerability and losing control can lead to emotional repression. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Scorpio. Note that this is the fall position of the moon. Dominating and aggressive. Impatient and moody, given to brooding. Easily hurt and can be jealous. Impulsive. Desire is the motivating force. Strong pride and will. Intensely passionate in response to life. Set in ways and very stubborn. Apt to be disappointed in love. Apt to demand too much and not give enough of understanding. Sit in judgment on others too quickly. Greatest need, to learn to forgive and forget. Strong physically. Sensual. Extremist in temperament. Strong, deep feelings, but they need handling. Needs to achieve an optimistic attitude toward life. Go after what they want and usually get it, and then find out it's not what they really wanted. In a male chart, will attract a possessive and jealous mate if moon is afflicted. Sun-Moon Alchemy, the elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign, copyright Charles and Susie Harvey 1994, again in 2003, first published by Aquarian 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. there will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Fire-water combinations. Take firepower and water power and put them together, and you get steam, the power which drove the great trains. Steam is used to cleanse and sterilize and can also scald. Emotionally, this combination has a reputation for being especially given to passionate emotional involvement. Volatile, romantic, moody, the fire-water person has the artistic temperament which can fluctuate wildly. It is a poetic, ardent temperament, courageous in its visions, yet vulnerable in its need for love and inspiration. The poet Shelley, Sun in Leo, Moon in Pisces, exemplified this passionate, artistic nature very well, and could equally be describing himself when he rejoices in his poem The Skylark. Pourest thy full heart and profuse strains of unpremeditated art. When the sun is in water and the moon is in fire, the result is a passionate crusader whose feelings fuel his purpose and art. But fire can make water evaporate, and water may extinguish fire. When this happens, this type can feel unstable, depressed, and disoriented. Shadow side. The fire-water individual often lacks the ability to take the impersonal view, that is, to step back and reason impartially about things. Their approach is intensely personal, urgent, passionate, and for them, life lacks meaning and color if that vital personal ingredient is taken away. Often a slave to the intense fluctuation of moods, this type's volatility can reach fanatical proportions, especially if a cool, reasoned argument is called for. Instability and impracticality can play havoc with the smooth running of their lives. Relationships. The fire-water type is a highly romantic, warm, and emotional person, and to a large degree thrives on love and satisfying relationships. Whilst one part of the nature may want to merge and gain absolute security, however, another part wants excitement and challenge. One part may feel an infinite capacity to give, whilst another part is impelled to devour. This mixture can be demanding to live with, but also exciting and rewarding in the way that it might stretch other, less emotional types. People with this combination tend to feel contained and grounded by earth-air types. Their moodiness and changeability is less problematic as they learn to direct some of their emotional energy into their own creative pursuits. Male versus female. This combination blends the most feminine and the most masculine of the elements. An extreme yang and an extreme yin quality together produces a very creative but also a very volatile and often difficult combination for either sex to handle. Both males and females can experience huge mood swings as they contact first their powerful independence and pride, and then their sensitivity and vulnerability. In general, both males and females will seek highly personal professional avenues. Conforming to convention is not their strong suit. Under the label of the artist, both the male and female fire-water type will find more compassionate acceptance as well as intense admiration from others. In other words, their artistic inspiration and highly theatrical style usually more than compensates for their lack of emotional stability. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Leo, Moon in Scorpio. Vacillator. You relish a good battle, and in fact, if there is not a lot of competition, you feel somewhat cheated and let down. You are very motivated and determined, even though you show a playful image to the world. You probably believe that if you ever revealed yourself, you would give your enemies an advantage, even though most of your enemies exist solely in your mind. Consequently, you are very secretive in order to protect yourself. You view yourself and humanity with the greatest importance, and you are a very intense Leo. Your approach is almost always a serious one. Jokes at your expense are not thought of kindly. You generally have a master plan for life, and you carefully follow it because you are purposeful, bold, and aggressive about everything. A kind of wall is built around you. You desire all the comfort, authority, and control you can get from life. You like material possessions and are sensual. Nothing can hold you back after you have set your sights on a job, toy, or romance. You go after your aims with quiet firmness, and your charisma, self-assurance, and ruthless willpower help you to get them. You have a lot of determination, fortitude, and a strong sense of purpose because both signs of your combination are fixed, but that also makes you obstinate and rigid, especially pertaining to your beliefs. It is very hard for you to accept the views or opinions of others. You are very independent, and you seldom compromise. You have a very low stress threshold thanks to your rigidity. Aggression, irritation, or injured pride cannot be held in for very long, and it is generally released quickly. You are obstinate and somewhat spirited. You are very insightful and astute to the ways of the world, unlike most Leos. Finance, management, and business attract you, as do most things involving competition. However, you have probably experienced strong creative desires. A Scorpio moon can inspire and assist the creative needs of the Leo sun. You rarely follow through on those artistic desires because you are so worried about instant gratification, including such things as when you might get your promotion or when you might have your next sexual conquest. You might be the next Van Gogh or Picasso if you would redirect some of those sensual drives and use some restraint. In this lifetime, when there is so much going on, your creative talents are not likely to find an outlet. Note from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Sun in Leo, Moon in Scorpio. Your greatest strengths. Creative talents, inscrutable belief in yourself, willpower, indefatigable determination to succeed, deep personal loyalties to principles and loved ones, personal charisma and astuteness, which makes you a natural leader if you ever choose to lead anyone other than yourself. Your greatest weaknesses: arrogance and tendency to overextend yourself, lack of detachment, fanatical desire for personal success and survival, temper tantrums and stubborn resentment when things do not go your way, proneness to let phobias and a cynical attitude to life limit your potential for happiness. Images for integration. The conception of a divine child takes place during the total eclipse of the sun. A fateful, passionate love affair between the queen and a mysterious, wandering peasant.